Hey guys, today we're playing Blade Runner again. I didn't think that people would be interested in this, but oddly enough, maybe because it's Blade Runner and it's a cool little point and click game, which you don't really see that often. There are people that actually want to see more of this. Now, just to let you know, as I said in the other video, this is really the first time that I've played this game, so I don't know what I'm doing. I was asked to do a playthrough. I don't know if that's possible because I've never played this game. I don't know how to finish it. I don't know what's going to happen. I played through some of it. This is the save file from the last video I made, just to see kind of get an idea of what I needed to do. I didn't go through the whole walkthrough. I just needed to see something on this Esper system because I'm colorblind and I can't see anything. And I missed a few things. I'll show you what I missed. Some stuff I found on my own.
Run sitter crime scene.
But you get most of your clues basically a lot of times from this Esper system. So I can't remember on the last video if I got the guy's face or not. I also said in the last video that the players are polygonal. That's actually incorrect.
He looks familiar.
Forgot what they called it, but basically they're scaled sprites that kind of emulate polygons. That's why they look really pixelated, like up close. I still think this game is possible to do on the PlayStation. So this Esper system, if you ever watch the movie or whatever, it's like a camera system, but it must record like holographically. I know this is super funny because this game takes place 2019, which is weird because that's not that long from now and will never be this futuristic in that short amount of time, but it's still funny. But this actually can take pictures from all different angles. See if I can get this. Sometimes you gotta hit this thing just right, and I didn't hit it right. See if you don't get the shoes just right, that you won't know what to do. Come on. Here we go. It's backing up. See, it can actually rotate around stuff. That's the problem with point and click games.
He's from out of town. Give me
You have to perfectly get the right angle, but you really need to utilize this Esper system because it makes photographs for you to show to people. That part I actually was able to get on my own. Like I said, I didn't really play through this game or anything, but I was messing around with it last night, knowing that I was probably going to do another video. So I wanted to make sure that I wasn't just clicking randomly. Also, another thing that I found out about this game that I didn't know while I was making the last video is that every time you play this game, it's different. Like, some people are replicants, and other times you play, they're not. Like, so the game changes depending on what, like, depending on each playthrough, and sometimes people will be in certain places and sometimes they won't. That's kind of more like that's kind of more to deal with this game being taking place. I hate to use the term real time, but people are actually supposed to be moving around, so sometimes you'll be at a place and the person will be there and sometimes they won't be, and that has nothing to do with if you did something right or wrong. I don't know if you can actually fail in this game or not. Like the King's Quest games, I know if you forget to do one thing, it ruins a game for you and you don't realize it. I don't know if that's possible. That's why I can't promise like a playthrough or anything. Now this is where I need help because I'm colorblind and I couldn't really see the girl behind here. But there's actually a girl here, and it's pretty ridiculous because her hair is probably vibrant pink, and you really need a photograph of her.
Hello there, Lucy. Give me a hard copy of that.
It's still kind of cool to use the Esper system though, because Harrison Ford used it in the movie and it looked cool. Although his version of the Esper system wasn't as nearly as pixelated. There's also one other thing. This I managed to get on my own. How? I don't know. If I'm missing any other clues though, I'll probably will not find them on this playthrough.
A sushi menu from Howie Lee's. Give me a hard copy of that.
Alright, I think that's all the evidence we need from the Esper system. Now this is just based on a hypothesis, but I think when you have all your evidence, you push this and it sends it to the laboratory. I cannot be 100% sure on that.
Mainframe clue database. Clue database transfer complete.
Alright, let's get out of here. I wish it had more of the saxophony synthesizer music like the movie does. But it's still cool that you're in the Blade Runner universe. I wish there was more games. I heard Gearbox might actually have the license, but I don't know what Gearbox is gonna do after they kind of screwed up on Aliens Colonial Marines. And I stand by what I say. It's not the catastrophe that everybody makes it out to be, but it's also not a good game. But it's a nice corridor shooter with aliens, and I use the term nice very lightly. It's really average, but I had fun playing it. But I think it's just because it's aliens. If it wasn't,
anything else?
I don't think I'd care.
That black paint you found on the fire hydrant, it's from a ground car.
You sure?
See, scan all my evidence that I had. I think that's from the computer, but I don't know if he automatically got it or not.
Mode.
I heard your wife got her license back.
You're a real funny guy.
This game kind of reminds me of Snatcher, and that's because Snatcher was based loosely on Blade Runner and the Terminator. I might have said that in the last video. I can't guarantee anything.
Okay, not what I call a classic.
I sound really horrible, but I didn't watch the last video, so I'm going by memory.
Anything else?
Zip, man. Try me later.
Now this game is pretty innovative for its time, but I really do miss the
ground floor.
The little conversation icons on Mass Effect, where you actually can kind of pick what you're gonna say. I wish we had that, and I would kill for subtitles, especially for the videos. There's a prisoner in here we should probably talk to. Before we talk to him, I think he got interviewed at some point. Now you have all these things, and you can narrow your list down by clicking on like these little filters. Right now I just want audio recordings. And I forgot what this guy's name is.
I'm absolutely certain Lucy Devlin was involved in this heinous act. She's the young girl who works for me.
This is Crystal Steele, badge number BR61354. Still working the explosion at the Tyrell manufacturing plant. It'll take a day or so to analyze the debris, but there's no doubt in my mind that we're dealing with a bomber here. Right now, it looks like the protesters had nothing to do with it.
When I played it last time, I had recordings of the guy.
No or identities are rolling up just yet.
So that might be one of those things where this game takes place in real time. Maybe she interviewed the guy while I was out. Let's see if we can talk to him. I don't think I was able to talk to him last time. Let's see what kind of mood I'm in before I harass the guy. That should just be normal. It's probably not going to be good enough. If you're too much of an asshole, I don't think people talk to you.
Are they letting me out?
I'm not the one who makes that decision.
I suppose it's my turn to bear the cross for the cause.
Probably should be super polite now.
Judging from the distance between the prints, I was looking for two very big
Not
men.
mean to click on you. I should be happy. Look at that smile.
Who are you, anyway?
Please leave me alone. My migraine's
Even though
acting up.
you're supposed to be nicer or whatnot, I don't see much of a difference in the tone of voice. It's more of your actions.
I got some more questions for you.
If you pick
Your
erratic,
associate,
you
Miss
actually give
Steele,
them
has
the
already taken
replicant
my
test,
statement.
which I
I have
forgot
nothing
what
more to
that's
say
exactly
unless I have an attorney
called.
present.
I got some more questions for you.
Your associate, Ms. Steele, has already taken my statement. I have nothing more to say unless I have an attorney present.
How do I get that statement, though? I gotta be a dick, I guess. Is it going to make a difference? He talked more when I was fooling around.
I got some more questions for you.
Your associate, Ms. Steele, has already taken my statement. I have nothing more to say unless I have an attorney present.
Oh well, I don't think we're gonna get anything from him. Not right now, anyway. Maybe he's willing to talk at a different time. Up to the roof, drive my little hovercraft. By the way, interesting fact, if you care. If you watch the second Back to the Future movie, some of those vehicles are actually modified models. I guess they're life-size models or props. I don't know what you would call them, from Blade Runner. They were actually cut up to look like different cars. I actually think one of the cars is actually straight up from Blade Runner. But it was usually the background cars, not like the up-close ones. So, yeah, I guess we should go to Chinatown. I think these scenes look really good for CGI at its time. I said 96 for the when
Real
this
sushi
game
was
came
a
out,
luxury
but I
reserved
think
only for the elite.
97
Since most sea life had
is
become
more
radioactive
accurate.
after the Third Terran War, the rest of us had to eat new sushi.
You see
Soya
that lady
mixed
that
with
passed by
off-world
with the
lichen.
umbrella got quite pixelated when she got up close, but you know, for a time where they were starting to push 3D graphic cards when they were first starting to become popular and used, it's nice that this game didn't use it, although you had to have a pretty fast processor at a time, but now the Nintendo DS can probably do this game. By the way, this would actually be perfect for the DS, even the 3DS, because of the point and click nature of this game. I could easily see them just using the stylus, although if you use a 3DS and the stylus, you can make the bottom screen 3D. Maybe you could just use the touch screen
McCoy, LPD.
to move the
I wanna ask you
mouse
a
on
couple
the
of
top.
questions.
Sorry, my man. I just don't got the time.
And don't pull out your gun. That's what she said. Anyway, let's see. There's this behavioral system, but I don't know how it works. Well, I have a good idea how it works, but I don't see how it's making much of a difference. The only time I saw it make a difference is, like I said last time, you forced one of the guys to be a test. Like, to take a test, sorry. I'm super tired. I got up early to go somewhere and it was canceled because of snow. So I lost a lot of sleep, and now I can't go to sleep because I've taken too much caffeine. But you know, when you take too much caffeine and your mind's I mean, you're physically awake, but your mind's asleep. Yeah, that's kind of where I am, and it seems to be when I do my videos all the time. Maybe that's why that guy said I was like I sound like I'm on heroin. What a nice guy, right? He's probably chuckling. I've referenced that in like 3 videos.
Depends on how much the information's worth.
Unfortunately, my man, I got a book.
I guess I didn't say the right thing to him.
Dynamite dining, old man. Catch you later.
Alright, Fonzie.
Excuse me, pal.
It looks like he's wearing tiger stripes on that shirt. It looks like it's from Back to the Future, but the Japanese influences and the styles from the clothing transferred into Back to the Future too. And I guess the movies came out during the same decade, so it makes sense about maybe where people thought the future was going. It's hard to make movies about the future because you know you're always going to be wrong. Back to the Future didn't take itself seriously. I'm not sure if Blade Runner did or not. There are a lot of good themes in Blade Runner about. They also brought these themes up in the movie AI, which didn't get a lot of good reviews, but I thought it was a pretty good movie, even though it's clearly like a project of 2 different directors, Stanley Kubrick and Steven Spielberg, because the movie feels like 2 movies put together. The first part feels completely different than the last part, but Blade Runner kinda and AI kinda have that same theme, like what makes a person, and there's some sort of morality issues of like the androids, because you kind of feel bad for them because you kind of come into the way of thinking that like that maybe it's not so humane to only have them live for 4 years, and you actually can understand where they're coming from because they're frustrated because they only live a certain amount of time, so they can't become more powerful, and you actually start to feel for them, I guess, depending on how you play the game. But the movie asks a lot of those questions, and depending on what cut you watch, spoiler alert, so cover your ears, one movie references that Deckard, the actual Blade Runner, might actually be an android, and the other cut kind of refers to him not being one, but the final cuts are the ones that refer to him more as being an android, so I guess he was supposed to be one, more than likely. I know in the commentary Ridley Scott basically says he was. And there's a lot of references referencing that he's probably a replicant. See, when I talk I gotta stay still. If I was more awake, or perhaps if this was more of an action oriented game, I would probably not pause as much. I'm so out of it. Alright. I keep on looking at these symbols and stuff. I'm just not used to looking at X's and tiny X's and stuff like that to quickly select something.
Beautiful night, isn't it?
When business thriving, night always beautiful.
How long has that chef worked for you?
Zubin? Just month. Superior chef makes all kinds of new suits.
I have 3 frames of animation.
This girl ever eat around here?
Nah, all gaijin look like the old man.
This from your place, isn't it?
Could be. Chopstick come from Yoshi's restaurant supply.
I guess he's showing the chopsticks in the photo of that girl.
This from your place, isn't it?
Yes, sir. You do Huawei favor? Distribute all through our police station?
What's real fresh tonight?
Special shipment of Toro just arrived. I fix you right up. No one else. Clean as a whistle.
You're Prince, Howie.
If you watch the movie closely, especially that dragon, will probably stick in your mind. Deckard eats there a lot. Or at least in the movie a lot. Probably only ate there once, I'm just saying a lot.
Howie says you're a master chef.
You not come back here. Air bad.
This'll only take a minute. You know this girl or not?
Nope. I know who I know, and who I don't know. I don't know her.
Think hard.
Okay. Maybe seen her once. At station. Riding north on bullet train.
North, huh?
Uh-oh. It's playing synthesizer music. I sense action. Action in a point-and-click game.
A big guy run past here?
Hey, maybe spare some chinion?
Sorry, pal. All I got are hundreds.
Hey, that'd work.
Hey, Pop.
Oh, screw it. Probably should have my gun selected. Guessing that guy might be a replicant. I'm not sure, but he's a pretty portly fellow to be able to be running that fast.
Locked.
Well then blow
Locked.
the damn thing off.
Locked.
Is there any way I can just shoot the damn door open? Nope.
Yuck. Totally uninteresting.
Has to be something around here. Please don't tell me I missed the guy.
Totally uninteresting.
I'm just gonna move the mouse around until it changes color. I missed the hobo. There's a license plate in the trash can.
Nothing even remotely
evidence.
interesting, but hell, if I was going to root through trash, my expectations weren't too high.
Let me go right back up there. I know this makes for an awesomely interesting video. Oh, that's him that's turning yellow. Or green. I'm colorblind. Something beside this door changed color. Man, I missed the portly guy. I should have gave that hobo money. I don't know if you're able to, but I feel like I should have anyway. Maybe talk to the...
Nothing even remotely interesting, but hell, if I
The
was going to root
restaurant
through
owner
trash, my
again.
expectations weren't too high.
Didn't mean to click on that again. Sometimes it turns color before it's actually on the object. Anything around here worth looking at? Oh, I can go this way. I probably lost them.
See you later, Howie.